Hello and welcome. So, Most High God, if there's anybody trying to interfere with this reading, please block them so we can receive the messages that you brought us here to receive. Do step in and deliver your messages to we, your children. So, my people, let's find out what it is that God wants to talk about today. This deck is very popular indeed. Ay, ay, ay. Alika, I'm doing a live, okay? What happened to En Vogue? Mr. and Mrs. World Domination and those who work for them. What happened to En Vogue? How come En Vogue isn't about anymore? Is it because they're beautiful, sophisticated black women who would be positive role models to other black women? Is that the reason why we no longer see them? What's going on there? I'm just wondering. En Vogue is in a class of their own. I wear tight clothing, high heel shoes. That doesn't mean that I'm a prostitute. No, no. I like rap music, hip hop clothes. That doesn't mean that I'm out selling dope. No, no, no. Oh Lord, forgive me for having straight hair. It doesn't mean there's another bird in my air. Yeah, yeah. I might date another race or color. That doesn't mean I don't like my strong black brothers. Why, oh why must it be this way? Before you can read me, you got to learn how to see me, I say. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Be colorblind, don't be so shallow. Many say that I'm too young to let you know just where I'm coming from. Yeah, but you will see, it's just a matter of time. My love will surely make you mine. Well, now, living in a world of ghetto life, everyone is so uptight. Hey, nothing's wrong, it's all right. My man, I like the way we carry on. People out there, can you understand? I'm giving him something he can feel. Ooh, to let him know this love is real. Yeah, giving him something he can feel. Oh, my love, and to let him know this love is real. Oh, this love is real. What's it gonna be? Don't you wanna be control. Come on, where's En Vogue, bro? No, you're never gonna get it. Never, never gonna get it. No, you're never gonna get it. Anyway. Big up En Vogue anyway in the world in there. Okay. Listen, we need to make sure we take care of ourselves so that we stop getting old, okay? Getting old is an option. It's not inevitable. It's an option. Okay? Lifestyle choices make a difference. Lifestyle choices is basically the fountain of youth. Okay? I am 44 years old. 4 and 4. I've been here for 4 decades plus 4 years, and I'm going to be 45 this year, and I am proud. 45 and proud. Sugar. Yes, I am. And if they didn't call you sweetness, and if they didn't call you niceness, and how about sugar dumpling, then I guess they didn't call you nothing, no. And if they didn't call you sweetness, and if they didn't call you niceness, and how about sugar dumpling, then I guess they didn't call you nothing, no. And this is no plastic surgery, okay? Even if I had the money for plastic surgery, I would not spend my time on plastic surgery. Plastic surgery is for when you've been in some kind of fatal, yeah, well, maybe fatal, but you know, maybe you want to look good for your funeral. But if you've been in some kind of accident and you really got damaged, that's when you utilize that thing. It's not something that you should be just doing because you have the money and you're too lazy or too ignorant to know how to maintain a youthful appearance. And if they didn't call you sweetness, and if they didn't call you niceness, and how about sugar dumpling, then I guess they didn't call you nothing, no. If I can't get what I need as far as my beauty goes from exercising, I don't need it. Okay, so the subject matter of this reading, my loves, is who? Okay. Hello. So we got illegal immigrant at the bottom of the deck. And we have seaport fell out in my hand. And quit behind that. Seaport and quit. Illegal immigrant, seaport and quit. Interesting. We got upholding law and order, environment, otherworldly beings or mystical beings, private party, resources, high school, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. Okay, so interesting. So it's like there's a situation of illegal immigrants. It's like they're coming in via the sea, but these people are actually they're not regular human beings. They're not, well, let me say it like this. They're not your average human beings. They're from a higher school of thought. Resources, Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. And we got social media, public party, and prayer. And we have the oracle, news media. So I guess that would be me talking about these weapon, shadow government representative, gang members, but we got orphanage coming in next, orphanage army. So that's an independent army. So what have we here? Ooh, followed by war. Nigga, what? Okay, and love. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. Like these people are basically justice warriors. Woo woo! Welcome. You know how long we've been waiting on you? Actually. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. World Domination, they've been doing a lot. A lot to everybody, and especially me. Okay. Elders, bank, the talented one, utilizing the talented one to doctor basically society, cultural or community center. Say what now? Elders, bank, the talented one, to utilize them. Oh yeah, that's what they do, to doctor the community. Yeah, that's what they've been doing. That's what they've been doing. They've been using the talented ones of our society to doctor our society, to manipulate our society, to shape our society into a kind of society that's not in the best interest of we the people. So they use these idiots against themselves, and these idiots actually do what they ask them to do. Nobody wants to stand up. Everybody wants to just be a little coward. Everybody want to be a little bitch. And then when I stand up, they want to look at me like I'm crazy. Nah, bitch, you're crazy for taking this shit. If you were to stand up and do what you have to do, then these otherworldly mystical beings, they wouldn't have to get up from their beautiful space to come to this shithole we call Earth or land, because they look like they come from the sea. under the sea, under the sea. So we got permanent secretary, advocate of good. We got judge. They are not really like that. Yeah. These people, what you see humanity looking like right now. So that means I'm talking to these mystical beings. Hi. Yeah, I've been waiting for you for I'm highly annoyed, okay? I've been suffering for a very long time. Where the hell have you been? We've been suffering for a long time. We humanity. Okay, it's your time to come back. All right, I accept that. But I'm hurt. Okay, I am hurt. So, as we were saying, really and truly, the people of the earth are actually good people. So, what you see of them, the way that we've been doctored to be, or the way that they have been doctored to be, being evil towards one another, even evil towards themselves, they're not really like that. That's not how we were created in the first place. You know, the master didn't create us to be like that. These world domination people, they're the ones that are behind the scenes using our talented ones to corrupt our thinking, corrupt our psyche, and turn us into very lowly beings. Okay, that's what's happening. So we got, they're not really like that. The educators are getting paid to do it. These are the advocates. These are the talented ones that they use as advocates of evil. But we're really good people, because we can create heaven on earth just as we have created this hell on earth that we live in. So we got God coming in next, and money. Yeah, it'll be short-lived. So yeah, their God is money. They train us to see our money as our God. But it never lasts. There's never enough money, first of all. You know? So that philosophy, that's the philosophy that they teach us, to make money our God. But it's always fleeting. They don't get it. They put material things over spiritual things. They put temporal things over permanent things. They're not very bright because they were trained to be dumb. We, the people, were trained to be dumb, and a lot of people are caught up in that spell, and a lot of people are still in that spell. Some people have escaped that way of thinking, but a lot of people, too many people, are still caught up in that mindset, and it's very hard for them to let go of that mindset, because it's scary to think of the alternative. Because what's the alternative to getting money? Is to getting less money. Less money means a lower status. Less money means less opportunities to do things and stuff like that. So it's like nobody wants to sacrifice for the spiritual things, you know. So they keep going the wrong way by making their money their God, you know. So it's short-lived. Okay, so they're getting paid to do it, and that philosophy is short-lived. So now they're looking for new recruits. They're looking for new people to refresh that mindset, to keep that mindset going, because that go get money, money above everything kind of mindset, it keeps us from elevating, you know. So like, we will never be able to achieve certain things because a lot of people, well, so a lot of people won't be able to achieve certain things in life because they have never entered the spiritual realms to develop the true riches that is them. You see it? So Yeah, they'll forever be lowly beings until they manage to somehow log out of that mindset. Okay, so you just had to do that part. So yeah, this world could easily be a better world in a snap of a finger, you know. It just depends on the decisions that people choose to make, and too many people choose to make bad decisions because that's what they've been trained to do. So that's why our land, our system that we live by is in shambles. Okay, so it starts at the head, which is the shadow government, aka Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. That group of people who decided they want to control everybody and everything. And they're not doing it in a way where it's positive, they're doing it in a way where it's negative, you know. Their method is to create as much chaos as possible so that they can bring in their army and their legislators and make new laws and do things that give them more power over us to control us and oppress us. That's their mission. They're very evil people. They're very self-centered. They want to be God. So they want to feel like God. They want to have powers like God. So they're the ones that's in charge here. Okay, so we had what did we have at the bottom of the deck? I forgot. Let me find it. Yeah, they put money over people, they put money over everything. And they train the people to think that way as well. Illegal immigrant. Yeah. So yeah. So that's my little synopsis of what we're dealing with here on Earth, in case you didn't know. Well, according to what the cards were telling me to talk about. But welcome. And here you'll find that these humans think that they're better than you, okay? Yeah. They're trained to believe that they're better than everybody, okay? Yet they're so dumb and evil. But they think they're better because they have money. Because they have a fancy car or a fancy house, or because they know superstars, or they because they know billionaires or millionaires or whatever. These are the things that make these people feel like they're better than everybody that they lay their eyes on. Okay, these are the things that these people strive towards. Okay. And this is why they end up having a whole bunch of money, a whole bunch of land, a whole bunch of people around them that they call friends or family, access to go wherever they want, whenever they want, do whatever they want when they want, yet they're very unhappy. They have no peace. They have no love. They don't love themselves. It's a mess. And the crazy thing is, they just keep repeating this over and over and over. Nobody make any changes. You know, they just keep doing it. And then when they can't take it anymore, they just delete themselves. They quit. Welcome to the land of humans. Yeah. But they pretend to be very good. They pretend to be very nice. They appear to be friendly, a lot of them. Okay? That's their primary go-to. Is to come off really nice, really respectful, really courteous, patient, you know, all the good stuff. But beneath that lies their ugliness. It's always competition for them. Never really no real love. They be nice to you because just in case they can use you to further themselves. But when they realize that you're of no use to them, then you start to see the real them come out. They show you how much they didn't care about you in the first place. So they don't take your calls. They don't talk to you. You know, they just ignore you. They cut you off. Because you're of no use to them. You're not important. Giving, they'll give to you as long as they're getting something back. And if they give to you without looking for something in return, I'd say just be mindful of whatever they gave you. Unfortunately, that's the reality of humans right now. They're very selfish. They think that there's power in selfishness. They don't know that life is about a balance. You know? There's a time to be selfish and a time to be selfless. Each of those characteristics applied at the right time, in the right amount, it creates heaven on earth. But they are selfish all the time. Or 99.9% of the time. Self-absorbed, selfish. So there's never no true alliance. There's never no true unity. There's never no true teamwork. There's hardly any trust. You can't just close your eyes and feel like, yeah, this person's got me. This person got my back. This person's going to look out for me. I don't have to worry about this person doing anything to hurt me. Or if this person do something to hurt me, they will be sincerely sorry. Yeah, that's not, no. They might apologize, but they're not really sorry. Because as soon as they get another opportunity, they're going to hurt again. They're just sorry they got caught. It's a sad situation that we find ourselves in. And I don't know if you've been observing me, but that's why I just stay to myself, because it's not safe for a person like me in this society. I go out when I need to. Okay. Got underground tunnel, wanted to show itself. Yeah, man, I'm underground. I'm like a unicorn. Actually, I'm a unicorn. I have a horn right here. I can feel it right there. And I grew one unicorn here, right here one time, and now it's gone. And a couple days ago, or maybe a week ago, my horn disappeared. Usually I could just see it when I look in the mirror. And a couple days ago or a week ago, I was looking in the mirror and I did not see it. For like a day, and then it came back. I don't know what that's about. In case you're wondering who I'm talking to those of you who are just now joining us, I'm talking to the mystical beings who just presented themselves to us. Mystical beings from the sea, it appears. Visitors. They could be from the land too. Maybe they hear the moaning and the groaning of we humans and they decided to come to find out what the fuck is going on up here. Because it said seaport and quit. You should watch the first part of this video, it will make more sense to you. So this seaport and quit. Seaport comes out as crying sometimes and quit. So maybe they came from wherever they came from because they feel our suffering here. So they came to find out what the hell is happening over here. So we have visitors right now. Mystical visitors. I'm talking to them. The first part of this video was me conversing with them about the state of humanity in general. It's not everybody, but most humans. That's their description right there. And people, you know that I pray for God to keep out anybody that's trying to interfere with this reading. So for the fact that God let whoever these mystical beings are in, you should know. That should tell you something. Because if God didn't want them to get through to communicate with me, they could have never. Let's see what this looks like. I see a face. And the person's face look like, I wonder if you can see it. I know it's nasty. Let's see if I can get you to see the face. Yeah, that's the best I can do. I do that. Okay, God communicates with us in every which way. So if you didn't know, now you know. That's like, you know, when you go to the psychologist's office and they have these splats on these white cards and tell you what's the first thing you see. That's what that was. I use my snot to do that. Yes, I do. I don't care. But there's somebody's face on there. The mouth was at the bottom of the tissue, like, so it had like this part of the mouth. Well, so it cut off like right here. Yeah, somebody's like, what are you confused about? If you spend more time getting to know yourself and where you live, meaning earth, and what earth and life really is, you wouldn't be. What's that about? Or you surprised that I'm talking to these beings? Which one? Y'all already said I'm crazy, so shit. I'll be that. Ain't no problem. But that's why I'm winning and you're not. That's why I'm a sovereign being and you're not. That's why I'm a free bitch and you're not. That's why I make my own decisions in this life regardless. And the powers that be want to control me and they can't. And I'm not irrational. So if I'm not irrational, what kind of crazy am I then? I'm a rational crazy person? How were the pyramids built? Answer me that. And all these very intricate buildings all over the earth, how were they built? And you humans think you're so intelligent. Don't you see that there's something highly off about our level of intelligence and development as a species? You do you, value the things that you value, live the life that you like to live, and let me do me. I will value what I like to value. I will live the life that I like to live. Okay? So let's just not interfere with each other. You do you over there, simple human, and I'll do what I do over here, a divine human being. Okay? Okay. Because y'all think that the greatest achievement of humanity is to have a house and a car and land and businesses and fuck the most bitches and fuck the most men and get the most attention and all that nonsense. You don't have a clue how much exercise you need to be in top form. You have no clue what kind of exercises to do. You don't know what you should be eating and what you should be not. You don't know how much you should be eating and how much you should not be eating. You don't know how to target all the muscles in your body so that you can maintain your youthful, beautiful appearance. You don't know how to you don't spend time taking care of your agility, your stamina, your flexibility, nothing. You don't get to know yourself mentally to acknowledge what your strong points, what your weak points are, what your good qualities are, what your horrible qualities are. You run from everything that should be important to you. Your concern is, oh, I gotta get to work on time, gotta get the kids, blah, 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 gotta get my man, shit. Have to get my woman, blah, blah, blah. I wanna get this outfit to go to the club because I'm gonna turn up, and I want this makeup set, and these are your concerns. These are your priorities. Do you? Feel free to be you. And let me feel free to be me. Einstein and Steve Hawkins and all these people that did these great things for the human family, they came up on these things because they did not spend their time worrying about makeup or cars and houses and making money and all that thing. They had a passion. They had an interest, and that's what they spent their time on. Metaphysics is my passion. It is my interest. I want to know about everything. That's why I plan on living forever. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to see all the mystical beings that were talked about. Go to all the mystical places, all the different realms and all that other magical stuff. Y'all think God is simple. God didn't create no simple creation. Creation is not simple. Creation is very complex, very interesting, very entertaining. The people who are in charge of humans right now, they have dumbed us down. Even our children are much more capable of doing things, more things than they do. Y'all like to say, oh, it's a child. Yes, it's a child, but what is his or her capability? I'm not saying you should be inhumane or mean or whatever, but y'all limit your children too much, and that's why they take so long to develop. And by the time they do reach a stage where they start to take on their own personality, you've already missed your years to get that child on the right track. So by the time the child is 6 or 7 years old, when they start to take on their own personalities, when they're quite willing to tell you no and be very adamant about it. When the child is a baby, it's a time to start communicating with your child to find out what can you do. Who are you? Pay attention to your child to see what they like. And nurture the child along those lines. That's what the child was born to do in the first stage of their life. Because when it comes to purpose, I believe that we have more than one purpose in life. Because life is never ending. But we start somewhere. But a lot of us, we try to make everybody around us into who we think they should be. And who we think they should be is who society tell us we should think they should be. And that's why everything is off kilter. Nobody is being who they're actually supposed to be. in society. And that's why Mr. and Mrs. World Domination, they just take charge. If you don't take charge of your life, then they're quite happy to do it for you. So don't tell me what my interests should be. Don't tell me what I should believe as a person. You do you and let me do me. You know what you know and I know what I know. Your experiences are your experiences and my experiences are my experiences. Your destiny is your destiny and my destiny is my destiny. We are different. If we were in Bible days, I'd be a Moses. I'd be the one playing the role of Moses. Pay attention. I'd be Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I'd be Mary at the feet of God the Son, listening to high reasoning about spiritual things. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things will be added unto you. It's not a joke. I live it. Then y'all want to get jealous of me. You want to be jealous of my beauty. You want to be jealous of my intelligence. You want to be jealous of my power. You want to be jealous of my position. You want to be jealous of my financial status. You want to be jealous of everything. I work for this. I sacrifice every day, all day, to be who I am, to achieve the things that I achieve. I suffer for this. I pay heavily for to be who I am and to be who I'm about to become. I have suffered. I have paid the price. You wouldn't do the things that I have done. You wouldn't go through what I have walked through to achieve what I have achieved, but you want to be jealous of what I have achieved and who I am and what I know and what I can do. You chose to do nonsense with your life. I got a lot of criticism for being who I am. Being called a goody two shoes in a derogatory way. Oh, you think you're perfect. Nah, bitch, I work for perfection. Idiot. I didn't wake up like this. I work for this. I work to be beautiful. I work to be healthy. I work to be intelligent. I work to be favored in God. I work to have my power in society, my freedom in society. I pay the price for everything that I have, and I'm sure you want to reap those things, but you would not want to do what I had to do to get to this point. Man, fuck you. Take your ignorant ass someplace else. And then when y'all can't outdo me, y'all want to call me crazy, ugly, stupid. Look at her teeth. You're just jealous, bruv. And that mindset, with that mindset, you're going to be jealous forever. Because instead of taking your time paying attention to me and what I got going on, you should actually start building yourself. Building yourself great. I had to build myself to greatness. I didn't just wake up or it just fall in my lap or some shit. I don't have more favor than you. I had to work to have more favor than you. We all born with the same. We all valued the same. Because you could be born of a rich family or an intelligent family. That don't mean that you gonna be rich or intelligent. We're all basically a blank canvas when we're born. And if we don't get the right culture in, we will remain a blank canvas. And most of you people are blank canvases. All you think about is beauty. And you don't even know how to maintain your beauty. Most of y'all are only beautiful because you're young. You were naturally born beautiful. Don't come in my face if you're young and beautiful and perfect. Come in my fucking face once you've been through some things, once you've lived some life, once you got years on you. I'm talking about decades. I'm 44. I must be doing something right because I look better than a lot of you young girls and young men. Don't come over here, come watch me and chat shit about me. Fuck off. I know where I'm going. I know where the fuck I've come from, and I know how hard I work for what I have. And I will not tolerate anybody hating on me or trying to take what I have achieved from me. Right, so let's go. So the subject matter this time, we got a weapon. Let's see what the message is. I'm not on you people's level. I'm above you. Let me make that abundantly clear. Children do childish things. Some of us just live in the world. Some of us shape it. Some of us are consumers. Some of us are producers. Some of us shape the world to be a worse off place. Some of us shape the world to be a better place. I am that. We are not the same. Okay, so we got the prayer card, but it was in the reverse. Weapon and prayer. Hello. Let's see how it's meant to be interpreted. Okay, it feels at peace like this. Oh, whoosh. So, yeah, there's a need for prayer. Okay, because we have a weapon that's been formed against us. Well, formed against y'all. Because no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You feel me? I'm already out of the matrix. Okay? I come under different rules and jurisdiction and laws and all these things. I'm not like you people. Y'all need to pray. Should I pray for them? No, I'll just tell them to pray. Yeah, I won't pray for you. I'm gonna tell y'all need to pray. It's up to you what you do with the information. Take responsibility for your own destiny. Take responsibility for yourself. That you fi do. I'm gonna tell y'all need to pray because there's a weapon formed against you. Okay? I'm not gonna pray for you. Fuck that. So the underlying issue is there's an agenda. This is the only agenda card I have in here. That's why it says gay agenda. But it's not about, well, that's probably some of the agenda too. That's one of the weapons that's been formed against you. But it's deeper than just the gay agenda. Okay? There's the age agenda, the class agenda, the jail agenda, the create chaos agenda. There's the education agenda, the health system agenda. You get my point, right? There's the political agenda. There's the secret society agenda. There's world domination agenda. There's your family have an agenda against you. Your boyfriend have an agenda against you. Your girlfriend have an agenda against you. Everybody have an agenda. There's an agenda at play here. It's been weaponized. Okay? So there's a need for prayer. Let's read on. So we got, they are not really like that. This agenda, whatever agenda they have against you, they're not actually like that. Because we got the laws of the universe, not created like that. This is what I was saying in the beginning when I was talking to the mystical beings. We are actually beings of love. We are being cultured to be beings of hatred, beings of evil, beings of wickedness, beings of selfishness by those who run our society. We are being cultured to be that way, and they pay people to talk things, to sing things, to write things in books, to put things in movies, just information. They pay people to spread these falsified philosophies that work against us as a human family. And a lot of us fall for it, like the money over everything agenda. That's one of the biggest ones that keep us separated from each other. It breaks us down as a society, and it limits our power as the human family. And that's why we can never attain the abilities that they attained way back when, because when they built those pyramids, those are times far back, and y'all swear that those people were less educated than you. Y'all swear that those people were less skilled than you. Y'all swear that those people were just less than you, and you are absolutely mistaken. We are probably the dumbest that society has ever been. So the laws of the universe says that we were actually created in love. It's love that made God create us in the first place. But we were created with light and dark energies, good and evil. Our evil energies are meant to protect us, not used to offend others. And most people use their dark energies or their evil characteristics, their Satan or Sataness within, to offend others instead of using that power to defend themselves or defend other people. There's a difference when you use your dark energy to offend and when you use your dark energy to defend. One of them is a crime, to use it to offend people, and one of it is common sense. Use it to defend yourself, protect yourself, and protect others. Big difference. Y'all just use your dark energies any old how, any old time, on anybody for any fucking reason. And that's your problem. That's why everything is so off kilter. So there's weapons formed against you people. All kind of agendas have been formed against you. And the thing is, the people who are forming these agendas against you, they're not really like that. They were not made like that. So let's read on. So we got a hidden message. And we have church, jail. You see that? So what they have done, then we got underground tunnel. So what they have done is they've taken what we should be. When it says church, it's not talking about actual church. It's not talking about a denomination. It's talking about being spiritually aware of yourself, seeking God. Yeah, it's talking about seeking God and letting everything be added unto you. It's talking about putting God first. That's what this is talking about. So there's a hidden message. And the thing is, they have led us to believe, this is one of the philosophies, one of the hidden agendas, one of the philosophies that turn us away from doing right and being good, is to make us believe that when we try to live right, it's like a jail. It's very restrictive. But the problem is, those who are selling us church, those who are giving us the philosophies that make up what a spiritually wholesome person looks like, their messages are they're mixed up. They don't know everything what they're talking about. I respect the holy books, but I always say you need to take what makes sense and leave the rest. Okay? People think that when they start to live right, their sex life is gonna get boring and their social life is gonna get boring, but that's because that's what these philosophies teach you. These church and these temple and all these holy places, they teach you not to explore your sexual nature. They make it look like it's an abomination. Listen, is a thin line, and only God can declare that line for you. When it comes to your walk with God, it's a personal thing. So if you want to be a stripper, you could be a stripper and still be serving God. When you're a stripper and you're serving God, there are certain protections that come over you, number one, and there are certain powers that are awarded to you, number two. But the problem is, as soon as y'all hear God's name being called, y'all clam up like boring. It's because y'all don't know God. Look at me. Look at how I express myself. Look at how I behave. Listen to the things that I talk about, the things that I promote. And I'm a godly woman. And nobody can tell me different. Even a person who sells drugs, just because they sell drugs, it doesn't mean that they're not a godly man. But people are trained to see them as heathens because of selling drugs. But that is not for you to judge. That's for God and them to deal with. It's not your business. Somebody can be a serial murderer and be of God. Like for real, for real. But we are trained to see that person as though they're just evil, they're demonic. But you see, the difference is reason. Your reason for being who you are and how you are makes all the difference to how you and God get along. Walking with God is not a one-size-fits-all mission. It's a personal mission. Walking with God calls for you to know yourself, the God within you. Life will teach you what you should and should not do. Not these books, not these pastors, not these rastas, not these, what you call the Jewish priests. these Abbas or whatever you call them, not these Buddhists. Don't let nobody define what walking with God looks like for you. Because that's where y'all are fucking up at. Because y'all swear that God is boring. Everything that you love about this world that you think is ungodly, a God created. Oral sex, a God created. Sex itself, a God created. Because I know that's a big thing for you. Business or trade, a God create that. Trickery, a God create that. The difference is how you're using these things, how you're expressing these things. Why should you be a man or woman of God and you have a boring ass sex life? Who taught you that that's how life should be? This is why people stay away from God, because y'all don't understand God. Y'all are listening to other people describe God to you instead of getting to know God for you, within you. That's another agenda. The Antichrist agenda is to keep people away from God. Make people want to denounce God. When God is the very life, the very breath that you breathe. You could never survive without God. Be glad that God is patient, merciful, forgiving, kind, understanding. Yeah, there are a lot of weapons formed against society. We the people. And even the people who farm the weapons are farmed against them too. They only tell themselves that they're exempt from the effects of these weapons, but they are not. They tell themselves that they can protect their children from the effects of these weapons, but they can't. The devil is a liar. The Antichrist people, they are liars. They lie willingly and they lie unwillingly. They lie knowingly and they lie unknowingly. The only way to protect yourself from these weapons is to understand yourself and understand the God or goddess within you. Form an alliance with the God or goddess within you. Put your trust in the God that created you, created all things. That entity, whatever you want to call it, that created all things, the beginning, the Alpha and the Omega. That is the only way to protect yourself, is to start to walk with Alpha, Omega, and not feeling forced to do so. Ask Alpha, Omega questions, because we're here to understand. Not just to listen to somebody feed us some kind of philosophy and just take it and be afraid to step outside that line. Who the fuck are they? They don't even understand themselves. They have flaws. They have weaknesses. They have secret desires. That's their problem though. Your problem is yours. Your secret desires, your flaws, your lack of understanding. And sometimes just because your desire is secret, that don't mean that it's wrong. Science will tell you when something is wrong. Life will tell you when something is wrong. Because I grew up around the Rastas, they would have me believe that it's wrong to wear a very short shorts or very short skirt. It's not. That's their principle. That's that. Well, somebody taught them that because that's what that person was taught, I guess, or that's what they wanted to see. But I beg to differ. I want to put on my little sexy shot sometimes, especially if the sun really hot, or if I just feel really cute on that day. I put on my short shorts and I walk out and show everybody what the Lord has gave me, or has given me. English, sorry. What the Lord has blessed me with. Why not? Your understanding of God is what's keeping you back from truly giving yourself to God. Because if y'all truly knew God, y'all would know that there would be nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be sad about. You'll be missing nothing. The only thing you miss in your walk with God is things that are actually bad for you. And even then, God don't even force you to change. Because once God's philosophy is once you've hurt yourself doing that shit enough, you're gonna stop. And that's why y'all think that God don't exist. Because God don't force us, usually, to be whatever we're meant to be or however we're meant to be. God will tell us something's not good for us. But God ain't gonna be shouting it at you most of the time. You see what I'm saying? God will share its opinion with you and then you get to make your decision. So if you want to be doing drugs or whatever, there's a part of you where you know that that's not right. You know it's not good for you and God has told you that. That's how you know. Science has shown you that. That's how you know. But if you choose to do it, ain't nobody gonna be angry with you. Your God not gonna be angry with you because your God know that you won't win against that substance. That substance will destroy you. So it's up to you to decide how far you want to allow the substance to push you towards death or destruction. You understand what I'm saying? So God already set all the rules. Everything is already there. You want to be having sex when you know you shouldn't, or whatever, or having whatever type of sex you want to have. Science will show you if it's right or wrong. You will know. And God not gonna force you to stop it. God know that once you've indulged in this enough and it's gotten on your nerves enough, because God know it's bad for you and science will show you it's bad for you. So you might get infections. You might get physically damaged. You know, whatever you're doing, science will show you. Life will show you whether you're doing nonsense or not. And it's up to you how much you're willing to indulge in that. And when you have had enough, you will stop. But God gonna tell you, the science is gonna show you, life itself gonna show you what's wrong and what's right. It's up to you whether you want to stop or not. That's how God is. God don't force nobody to be nothing. God don't force me to be how I'm to be. I choose to be how I am. That's how my walk with God go. That's why I talk how I talk and I behave how I behave, is because I like it. I feel it's perfect. It's me. And plus, when you are yourself, people accept you more because they feel the authenticity that's coming from you. It's when we're being fake, it shuts people down. Too much fakeness is a turn off. So y'all don't want to walk with God because y'all don't understand God, because y'all were not taught to understand the true God. Y'all are giving Bible versions and Quran versions and Torah versions of God. Those are other people's vision. Those are other people's interactions. Those are other people's experiences with God. What's your experience? What's your vision? What's your interaction with God? That is the question that you should be asking. But they don't train us to think like this. They train us to just follow the book. How do you feel those religious extremists feel about me right now saying this to the world? That's because they have an agenda. They hate me for releasing you. They hate me for encouraging you to be free, to explore God yourself, because they have an agenda. Maybe they have a money agenda. Maybe they have a control agenda. Maybe they just have a power complex. Maybe they're trying to build an army or some shit, so they're secretly kind of manipulating your mind as you're coming for service every week. They have an agenda. So there are many weapons formed against we the people, period. And yes, that includes me, because I'm dealing with my own shit over here, even though I got so much things right. And these people with these agendas, they're not actually like that. But whatever philosophies they are driven by, it brings out that demonic spirit within them, that evil spirit within them. That spirit that oversteps boundaries within them. Whatever philosophies they have governing them. That's the problem. We war not against flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness. What is spirit? Spirit is the word. Underground tunnel, elders, confusion. You see that? They don't even know what the fuck. They give you messages in church and make you feel imprisoned to godliness, their version of godliness, but they themselves don't even know what they're doing or what they're saying. They're not being honest with themselves. They're not being honest with their congregation. Not 100% anyway. Because if we're truly honest, 100%, we will admit we don't know. We're trying to figure it out. Just because you studied for 20, 30, 40 years, you still don't know everything, and you'll never know everything. Stop presenting yourself to the people as though you have all the answers. And then when people ask you questions that you don't have the answers to, you use deflection by either getting angry or using some kind of scripture that make them look like they're in the wrong, or they're a heathen, or they're an unbeliever. But God said in all things seek understanding. So you are a hypocrite if that's how you run your congregation. When you don't know, say you don't know. And then maybe all y'all could get together and brainstorm and understand what God is trying to tell you. Humans, y'all are jacked up. The elders, they're confused. So what hope is there for we, the younger ones who listen to them and believe in them, and they won't admit that they're fucking confused? So you see, once the head is confused, everything that comes under that head is confused. Unless you choose to go off and do your own research. Then they call you a black sheep. Then they call you rebellious. Then they call you a heathen. Then they call you every wicked name they can find to degrade you when you're actually doing the right thing. They fight against you. Then they outcast you. Then they make your life a living hell, when you're actually doing the right thing by seeking understanding. We got Ministry of Health when it comes to the judicial system, the law. The rules we govern ourselves by. It needs to be healthy. So they're confused as to what is healthy law. What is God actually accepting of? What is God not accepting of? Because I will say, I love oral sex. I love to give it. I love to get it. And they will say, oh, okay, there's that snot print that I was showing you. Yeah, because I say shit like that. It's like, oh, yeah. But they love to get their dick sucked, I bet you. And their wives love to get them pum pums licked and whatnot too. But that's a secret desire. But why does it have to be a secret? It's because they think it's wrong. Because they've been taught to believe so without any proof. Science didn't tell them that it's wrong. People tell them that it's wrong. What's the harm in doing that? Explain that to me. Okay, if you're going to tell me something is wrong, you need to show me what make it so wrong. If you can't show me what make it wrong, then God can't possibly have a problem with it either. If you can't show me the science of why something is wrong, do not put it in a rule book and give it to me and tell me follow that. Do not put it in a holy book and tell me, yeah, follow that. Do not preach it to me and tell me that I'm a sinner because I'm doing that. If you can't tell me why it's wrong. Don't put me in boxes. Do not put me in any box. So the Ministry of Health judicial system, how we govern, the rules that we govern ourselves by, it should be love. Love for truth. The truth shall set us free. Even if that means we get a cut paycheck or we lose some of our members or we're not as popular anymore or we get outcasted, the truth shall set us free. A lot of people compromise when it comes to the truth because of what they're going to lose or what they're going to encounter. So they hide the truth. Or they skew the truth. Mix some truth with some lies. And y'all think that these are winning moves. Those aren't winning moves. See my life. I make winning moves. God open up the heavens and pour out blessings that confound you people. When y'all try so hard to destroy me, since 2008, y'all been trying to destroy me. And I'm still here. Still making waves. Sound mind, strong body, healthy body. The truth set me free. It get me ostracized from society. It makes me a target by Mr. and Mrs. World Domination. But you know what? I have everything I need, and that makes me happy. I have peace. Most of the time, I have more peace than most of y'all. I know that for sure. So as chaotic as they try to make my life, I am happier than you people. I am healthier than many of you. I am more at peace than many of you. And I have these things to give. I have the power to change your life. I have the power to change my life. But I'm working with God. I'm allowing God to use me, so I have to be patient. Because I'm not a selfish person. I let God use me because I'm helping God to fix y'all too. Everybody that God put on my path, I allow God to use me to do whatever work God is trying to do in them. It's not just about me. Well, how life would be so boring just living for yourself. Like, what's the point? But in choosing this path, one thing I have to have is patience. Because, for example, my husband, I want my husband, I'm ready for my husband like a couple decades ago. But I offered up my services to the Most High God. I can't retract now. I don't want to anyway. I'm gonna wait because I know that when he does come, oh my God. Yeah. But it's a sacrifice that I make so that I can serve in God's kingdom. Because God know my needs. God know I want my husband too. But I have to be patient because God is using me. So we got love and look. School of life. Nature's lessons. You see? Life will tell you when you're going the right way. Life will tell you when you're going the wrong way. Science. The science of a thing. If you're trying to grow a plant and you do something and it hurts the plant, obviously you're going to stop because that's not what you're trying to accomplish. So in your life, what is your aim? What are you trying to accomplish? You want to be happy. What are you doing to be happy? If it's not making you happy, then that's the wrong direction. The science is showing you that's not the right code. Nature will teach you. And look, we got the musician female. This is my feminine energy card. This is my card of receiving, going with the flow. We got vaccine so that you can be protected from college, these kind of teachings of the evil ones. So if you sit back and you allow life itself to school you, life itself schooling you is God schooling you. Okay? The universe is God. And still it is not God. But that's a lesson for another time. It is God, yet it is not the God. Let me say it like that. Because I don't want to try it, I don't want to confuse you. But yeah, so if you listen to the lessons that life is teaching you and learn to go with the flow, go in feminine energy. Feminine energy is the receiving energy. Receive the lessons. If you go like that, it will vaccinate you from the teachings of the evil ones. It will keep you away from confusion. You will understand God. You will understand the universe. You will know what is acceptable and what is not. And you won't have to put yourself in these tiny little boxes that religion so often, cleverly, very effectively, seeming perpetually put the nations in. I'm not saying to disrespect your holy book. I will never say that. I love the holy books, all of them, for obvious reasons. I'm not going to be a hater and talk negatively about them. But what's good for you don't mean that it's good for me. If God tell you don't do that, it's cool. But if it's okay with me, then let me. For example, my daughter, there's a green called rocket. It comes in a salad, right? She can eat that like it's nothing. Me can't do that. The science tell me that is not for you, Chanel. Okay? But the science tells her, oh, this is lovely. Some people can eat broccoli and some people can't. The science will show you what. Let's take it down to a more minute level. The science will show you, yeah, broccoli and y'all don't get along. That's not for you. Some people can eat meat, some people can't. The science will show you, yeah, that's not for you, because every time you eat it, XYZ happened to you. You know that that's not for you. That's how nature teaches us. Philosophically, it's the same thing. Let's say you want to work at wherever place. You feel you want to do whatever. Your experience there is going to tell you if that's meant for you or not. Because if it's hard and you keep going, then that means you're cool with it. But if it's hard and you feel like, yeah, I need to stop this, you should listen to that voice. That's your inner guide. That's nature. That's God guiding you. Because God never give us more than we can bear. But if we keep ourselves in situations beyond what we can bear, to the point where we internalize the pain and want to destroy ourselves, helping that thing or that place or that person to destroy us, then that's on us then, isn't it? You should have left when you heard the voice telling you, I need to get the fuck out of here. The science will show you what is good for you. These are the things that the pastor, the book don't teach you. None of the holy books, they don't really make this very clear. At least the pastor don't when you go to church and whatnot. I can't talk for the other religions, but you don't really need church and all these things. You need God. You need guidance. If you're having anal sex and it's fucking you up, then the science is telling you this is not for you. If you're trafficking girls and they're fighting against you, the science is telling you that's not something that you should be doing. Because one of these days, one of them are going to overpower you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Because you can have prostitutes. You can be in the business of prostitution. There are many people who are willing to be in that freely. Those are the people that you should focus on, not try to hijack people and force them to do these things. There's a big difference. You want to be a pimp and they want to be a prostitute, fine. The problem occurs when you're forcing people to be what they don't want to be. If you want to be polygamous and the people you're interested in, they want to be polygamous too, that's fine. The problem starts when you want to be a polygamist and you want to get with somebody who is a monogamist. There will be no peace. The science is telling you it's wrong. Am I making any sense? So the thing is, the point of what I'm trying to say, it's not a black or white situation. When it comes to walking with God, it's not black or white. There are areas of gray. You need to know where you fit. And you can only know that by taking that walk with the Most High God and allowing God to show you the signs, allowing God to help you to understand what life is trying to tell you when things happen in your life based on the choices that you made. It's a personal walk. It's a personal journey. We shouldn't be looking at each other and condemning each other without understanding why people do the things they do. The why makes all the difference, because you can see me kill somebody. But why did I do that? It makes all the difference. You can see me steal something. But why did I do that? That makes all the difference. Maybe it was mine. But all you saw was me taking it from somebody else. You didn't see what happened before that. We need to sort ourselves out. We're in a terrible, 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 terrible state psychologically as the human family. It's not good. And then when people speak the way I'm speaking, y'all want to hurt us because you have your own agenda when even you are not like that. Because you don't want nobody to come try and work their agendas on you, Mr. and Mrs. Agenda. You see what I'm saying? So what you don't want for yourself, you're quite happy to put it on other people because you're not the one wearing the sufferer's shoes. Fuck you with that. And that concludes my video. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.